Welcome back to Youth Inquiry in Action series, brought to you by Innovations for Youth, a research center at the University of California, Berkeley. My name is Mia, and I'm a student at UC Berkeley. In this video series, we will explore different ways to amplify your voice, hear from your peers, and make positive change in your schools and communities. To hear from your peers and make meaningful change, we can use tools for inquiry. Inquiry is a process of asking questions to uncover answers. Anyone can inquire, including you. In this video series, we'll dive into what it means to use these tools for inquiry. We encourage you to take notes, pause the video, and reflect on the concepts as we go. In our last video, we talked about the steps you can take to plan a focus group. In this video, we'll discuss how you can lead a focus group. The person leading the conversation is often called a facilitator. A facilitator is someone who helps a group of people discuss a topic by creating a space where everyone feels safe, heard, and ready to share their thoughts. Think of it like being a guide on a hike. You're holding the map with the focus group questions that shows where the conversation will go. And you are helping everyone feel comfortable and making sure nobody gets left behind. It's important to remember that your role is not to dominate the conversation or try to get specific answers out of people. Instead, you're there to be a guide, making sure all voices are heard and the conversation flows. In this video, we'll offer some tips for guiding your discussion. Successful facilitation involves creating a safe and inclusive environment where everyone feels comfortable sharing. So how do we create a safe and inclusive environment? Start with creating community norms. Community norms are ground rules everyone agrees to at the beginning of a discussion. Some examples are one voice at a time or respect all opinions. Next, to begin your conversation, you can start with an icebreaker question. For example, you could ask, what is one thing you do for self-care? Or, what is a highlight or a rainbow from your week? An easy-to-answer question like this can help the group open up and get comfortable with sharing their experiences, ideas, and opinions. While facilitating, remember that if the conversation turns towards a more serious subject or feels heavy with emotions, be mindful. Remember, it's okay to pause and ask the group if they need to take a break altogether, or to talk one-on-one after. Think about how youth may feel after and have a list of people or programs or websites where they can get support. Let's see an example.
Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate your vulnerability. If you'd like, we have a list of people, programs, and websites that we can direct you to for any additional support. I know the conversation is pretty heavy right now, so let's all take a moment, pause, and take a deep breath before continuing.
Now, let's talk about a tool to keep the conversation flowing. It's called OARS. OARS stands for Open-Ended Questions, Affirmation, Reflection, and Summarization. Asking open-ended questions involves asking questions that start with what, who, why, when, where, or how. For example, if you ask, do you feel supported by adults at your school? People can answer with a yes or no. Instead, you could ask, how can adults at school support you? This second question invites people to share more details. Affirmation means showing participants that you value their ideas. You can show this by nodding, smiling, or verbally affirming. For example, you could say, thanks for sharing, that's a great point. Reflection involves repeating back what someone says to show you're listening. For example, you can say, so you're saying there aren't enough opportunities for you to be a leader? Is that right? Lastly, summarization involves wrapping up the discussion by summarizing key points. OARS can help check for accurate understanding and help everyone feel included. Here, we have just a few final tips to help you as a focus group facilitator. One is to encourage different perspectives by asking others what they think. Another is to stay neutral. Instead of sharing your opinion, say, it's great to hear so many different perspectives, or thanks for providing that suggestion. 3, and lastly, try to balance the conversation. If someone has been talking more than others, gently say, let's hear from someone who hasn't shared yet. Does anyone else have thoughts? Now, let's put all these strategies and tips together in action. We'll join a group of students discussing the topic of safety and connection at school.
Thanks for sharing so far, everyone. My next question is, what is something that makes you feel connected to others at school?
I feel connected when teachers ask how I'm doing, not just about school, but my day.
That's really important. Feeling seen by teachers makes a big difference. Does anyone else have something to add?
Yeah, I do. For me personally, I really love working on group projects with my friends. It really helps me feel like I'm a part of a team.
Gotcha. So working as a team on something makes you feel connected. Do I hear that right?
Yes, exactly that.
Great point so far. So feeling noticed by teachers and teamwork are two ways to help build connections. Let's hear from one other person.
Yeah, I like it when schools hold events like Spirit Week. It's fun to see everyone come together.
Gotcha. Thanks for sharing.
In this short example, did you notice the facilitator using OR's strategies? Now, let's pause and take a moment to reflect. Consider the following questions. How will you create a safe space for your group? What strategies will you use to listen actively? And how will you make sure everyone feels included? Take a moment to write down your thoughts or share them with a partner. In this video, we learned how to facilitate a meaningful focus group discussion. In our next video, we will talk about how to use your focus group data for making changes in your school and community.